It's the CalebDMTG Gathering Show.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this Ulamog. I think I'm supposed to take Counterspell. What if we just did the mono red thing again? It's like a pile of burn. Think about it, folks. We could turn one a Koth. How do you lose? How do you lose if you turn one a Koth? Could Sealing Vala being okay. I don't know. I think Grim Lavamancer is good. I want to grab Lavamancer. Sometime get back Black Lotus. Another Black Lotus. Man, what a waste of a pile of Black Lotuses. Let's get Spirited Labyrinth in here. Oh my god, there's Emrakul. Do I have it in me? Do I have it in me to pass Emrakul? Do we like Wear and Tear? Relic Warder seems better to me because it gets to attack. Grudge is really good. Lotus Petal's interesting. Let's grab Tarn. I grabbed the Emrakul because I thought we might get like Sneak Attack and Through the Breach and all that. Could be a thing. We have an Eldrazi in our sideboard too. Man, we've been seeing some real trash. Ravages of War seems really bad in this format. Do we splash for recall? Definitely taking the Eidolon. The issue with taking recall for the splash here is that turn 1 Chandra off of a Black Lotus seems amazing. It seems like that's like what we're doing, right? Hello, On-Color Mox. Are Stoneforge Mystics still not a thing? God, we have triple Black Lotus. We have triple Black Lotus and we're doing like nothing interesting with it at all. This is the biggest waste of a pile of Black Lotuses that I've ever seen. This is amazing. Gideon? Gem Gideon? Clamp's almost a thing.
Oh shit, what up?
Oh shit, what up? Hey, old Tanya, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 47 months. What I'm worried worried about here is just like not having quite enough threats. Oh, what about Frenzy? Frenzy seems really good. We have one more pack after this one. Yeah, let's grab Frenzy. And then Skull Clamp is kind of at odds with Frenzy, but maybe you want them both anyway. I'm also considering just grabbing 5-mana Gideon. It kind of feels like you can do anything you want with triple Black Lotus in your deck. Clamp at least gives me something to get with Stoneforge if I need to run the Stoneforge. I don't think we're going to play it, though. We can't actually take the Vista. We don't have enough playables. We need 2 actual cards that we're going to run. I'm going to take the Courier and I think Lightning Strike. And then I'm going to wish we actually had more burn. We're really light on burn. The Probe is pretty awkward with Eidolon. I think we play it anyway. Cycler. Triggers young Pyromancer, right? It's a card in the graveyard for Lavamancer. The Frenzy actually looks nutty. With 2 Mox Pearls and a Caracas, I think we might even play less white than this. Especially because we care about mountains for the Koth. Yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white sources, not counting the triple Black Lotus. And for red, we're at 7. Yeah, let's play one more. Let's just invert those numbers. It's actually really lucky that we got those Mox Pearls, that the Mox Center on color. Cut Talia? What, for an extra mana source? We're really light, huh? Imagine if this had ended up being a channel deck, huh? Triple Black Lotus, couple of channels, couple of Eldrazi. Just like mulligan to turn 1 channel every game. Oh yeah, I could see this deck 3-0ing. My only concern with this deck is that we might actually not have enough gas, right? Like just like a pile of Thundermaws might have been good with the Triple Lotus. I can definitely see us hardcasting the Emiria's Call. I grabbed the Call because I figured, like, oh, this is a land that can go on a Chromox, because I draft a lot of Chromoxes, but... One sneak attack? One sneak attack would have helped. One's still a little random. One sneak attack is not enough to have, like, a consistent sneak attack. A sneak attack and a Through the Breach? Sneak attack and a channel? Well, that's a little different. The Stoneforge Mystic is pretty heinous. Only gets Clamp. We might not even want Clamp. Frenzy's pretty dope in this deck. The fact that we only have 10 lands in here means that it's going to be like a pretty absurd experimental Frenzy deck. Should just be able to churn through a lot of cards. opponent's like over there shitting themselves when I play Black Lotus, sighing in relief when I play P&K. What if we take over that Wear and Tear? I guess we still have the Critter. Well, that card's just not very good against me, is it? One cool thing about playing a deck like this is that people just aren't really playing sweepers in this format. They're so rare, because it's just like a bunch of blue mirrors. Yeah. yeah. How about that? How about that? Yeah, this deck does have a bunch of cards that I think are good in the format, right? Spear of the Labyrinth, Thalia, Eidolon, Black Lotus. No, we do have good cards. The deck composition isn't like exactly what I was hoping for. But I could see trophying with this for sure. We're actually gonna mulligan this. This would be a fine hand if we were playing Legacy Cube, which we are not. We're gonna mulligan this and look for Black Lotus. We're gonna keep this. Yeah. Just thinking about if we want to keep this Gideon in hand. I think we do. I think we bin the Hellkite. If we draw Eidolon for turn, then I'll regret binning the Hellkite, because then a 2 would go really well with the... We'll have 7 mana on turn 1, see? But I think what we're going to do is turn 1 P&K and plus Gideon. Very fair. It is fair. For this format, this is a fairly fair start. Look, they have fucking mana. Just because we spent 7 mana on turn 1. Fairest Black Lotus you've seen since last game. Yeah, right. 2 P&Ks. Good enough. Yeah, we could use like Hellrider. Yeah, I think there's something about this Eidolon card. Poor Caleb doesn't have Hellrider. Yeah, well, yeah, poor me. We also don't have like a good sword for Stoneforge Mystic to go get. We don't have as much burn as I would like. I could use a Banefire. Our threat density is actually pretty okay. We have 13 creatures, and then plus Gideon, plus Koth. It's kind of like we're a 15 creature deck. Hey, we have an opponent. So just like last round, we're not going to keep this. Even though this hand would probably be okay if we were playing Literal Legacy. I'm still going to send this back. No Lotus, what are we, fucking peasants? What is this shit? What is this no Lotus garbage? We do like that. So that's a 4-mana turn 1 that they've got going on. Looks like they're using it too. Fuck. Alright, we just need to draw, God, even Thundermaw doesn't clear that thing. We could have a literal turn 1 Thundermaw, just have it not be good enough at all. Maybe P&K? Maybe P&K would do something? do we save our Black Lotus for the Myriad's Call? I don't think so. I think we play the Frostodon. Get Ferocious with it. I've definitely beaten Simokos as a red mage in this format. Frostodon, for example, they can't just like make a 3/3 and block it here. They have to turn it into an elk. Or make a 3/3 and not block it. They could swap for the rampaging right now. Oh no, my call. But if they do that, then they risk losing the Oko to a top deck burn spell. That sort of thing. Scoop and don't show the Lotus. Yeah, you think the opponent's gonna play drastically differently, knowing that I have a Lotus in my deck? Can't keep this hand, they might have a Lotus. So close to the turn 1 call. Remember that Experimental Frenzy is in our deck. We could just draw Frenzy and just put our deck into play. I'm like paranoid. Every time I pick up this glass now, I'm paranoid that the bottom's just gonna explode out. Drench my keyboard. I think we just pass. I don't think it's worth burning the Lotus for Chandra that just dies immediately. We could just draw a land next turn, right? And play the Chandra without cracking the Lotus. I'll scoop to that. Will I? Hold on. I'm gonna take my draw, just in case there's a Frenzy on top. Just in case. Solar Cups only? Yeah, right? Nothing but plastic from here on out. Alright, we didn't draw Frenzy, they win. We could technically take 9 and untap at 2 and draw a Frenzy next turn. The issue there, though, is that most of your hits off Frenzy are dead at that point, because we wouldn't be able to play creatures, right, thanks to the Frostodon. Better just pack it and go to the... Any sideboarding? Nah. I think the only time we're sideboarding is if the opponent brain freezes us. And then I might sideboard. Or maybe if they show and tell. Wow, this is the worst cough I've ever seen. This is a keep? I thought it was. Power of Stoneforge is not a line. We can't make white and red mana with one Black Lotus. You have to choose a color. So the plan here is turn 1 Lavamancer, Frostodon. Turn 2 Young Pyromancer. Hope that that's good enough. The turn 2 Young Pyromancer, of course, is dependent on us drawing a mana source, but I guess if we drew a white source, then we get Stoneforge for Skull Clamp. Clamp the Lavamancer, start drawing. That could be solid too. How much better would turn 1 Young Pyromancer plus Eidolon have been? Yes, Spot sees me, yes! Thank you! Thank you, opponent! And now we're 1 red source away from playing this Koth. On turn 3. Right? Finally, a format where Oko isn't the most broken thing ever. It's still good, too, as a thing. It's not busted, but it's certainly worth drafting. Oh no, my soul ring! Could Faithless Looting here, and then if you hit a land, you get rewarded. You get another token on top of your land drop. I think I just like attacking. Then next turn, we have lethal lined up. Assuming the Faithless Looting finds me a red source. It did not. Okay. Guess we'll hit them down to 1. Yeah, even a lot of cards that could stabilize here. Even a sweeper doesn't do it, huh? Because they have the Bullman Courier to follow up. Oh, they did have lethal. Who knew? This is game 3, and we're going to be on the draw. Our deck's a lot worse on the draw. I mean, every deck is worse on the draw in this format. The draw is, like, really fucking important. But the deck that's playing, like, Eidolon, Thalia, you know, like, you really want to play those cards as soon as possible so they actually hinder the opponent. So we continue our win streak with openers that have Black Lotus, right? Well, that's not true. The one hand had Black Lotus and lost, where they went like turn 1 Oko. No red mana here is scary, but we do have the turn 1 Spirit of the Labyrinth. I think Spirit's good. And then we have 4 mana towards this Worm Coil. Maybe that's okay. When I went to 5, I went to mold to 5 over there. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. Yeah, if we were on the play, Joyful Squid. We're on the draw, though. Yeah, I don't like mulling too low against the Thoughtseize opponent. Be interesting to see what they grab. Why Strike over Bolt? Well, it wasn't an option. I didn't take Lightning Strike over Lightning Bolt. This was a draft. Drawing another double red card was not what I was hoping for. So opponent rolled a 5 on the play, played a Mox Diamond, which took a card out of their hand, and then Thoughtseized. And they're still in decent shape. Part of that is because a lot of our cards are locked up. Do you Thundermaw or do you Wormcoil here is the question. Pretty much anything but Koth is on the table, huh? Neither card plays around Mana Leak. Both of them play around Daze. I think we Thundermaw too. They get to drain us, hopefully not into anything too busted. The nice thing about Thundermawing instead of Wormcoiling is that if we hit runner white sources, then we can still play the Wormcoil. That was my tiebreaker. We draw like Caracas, Mox Pearl, or whatever. Spellseeker for recall. Undo their mulligans. Just crawl back into this game. Mana Crypt. Oh yeah, is there Mana Crypt in here? I never updated Stream Decker. Let me fix that. Wow, we just got fucking mind twisted. Well, there's a red source. So now, similar to last game, our best top deck has become Frenzy. We're just trying to draw Frenzy. It would have been cool if we got multiple in this deck. Like 2 Frenzy, make it a little bit more consistent. This is by far our best draw. Assuming he resolves. Just drawing threats is probably pretty good too. They only have 2 cards in hand. 2 cards in a 1/1. Just playing things also probably wins. I wonder what they're Vamp Tutoring for. What do you even get here? What do you get here with a Vamp Tutor? They don't have mana for Oko. Maybe they have an Oko stranded in hand and they're just Vamp Tutoring for a land. Recall? Sure. Yeah, that's what I thought they were going to get with the Spellseeker originally. Vamp Tutor for Ancestral Recall seems really good, and it is. It is quite good. But it's not as busted as just playing a damn Ancestral Recall, right? It's very similar to Divination, because Vamp Tutor is -1 card. You're tutoring to the top of your library. And then Recall is +3 cards, but you spent the Vamp Tutor to get it. So it's closer to like a Thoughtcast, right? With the 1 mana draw too. Still good. Still obviously a good card. But not as bad backbreaking.
Oh shit, what up?
Another Mox Diamond. Juicing up that Academy. Spellseeker not serving. Interesting. Why would the Spellseeker not serve? Maybe they're worried about a haste creature. We do have a Koth in our graveyard. Could have more of that. Even with the Thalia in play, Frenzy is still just like the bee's knees here. After Frenzy, I think our next best draw is the Shadow creature, the new Manic Vandal, as it were. Hellrider not in the deck. Yeah, make patches with the 32 months saying Prime. Thanks, make patches. I'll choose that shit. Wreck Sage, here to wreck. I guess they pop my Soul Ring, and now Frenzy's no longer a live draw. Does Frost not even serve? I don't think it does. I think it's just Thalia getting in this turn. Regrowth is in the cube, yeah. Interesting choice not to include Hellrider. Yeah, right? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Next turn, I kind of like the idea of putting Skull Clamp on the Ferocidon and getting a little Frostius. If they want to trade with it, which they almost have to do, then we get to draw some cards. Oh shit, they have a thing. What would be the worst thing they could have for me? I don't think it's that. I guess the Hull Reacher gets to eat Stoneforge Mystic, and then they double block the Rampaging. Which makes me feel a little silly for attacking with a Stoneforge, but it's not that big of a deal. They do get some treasure off the Hull Breacher. is the real unfortunate thing here. They do go to 3 life. But the treasure juices up their Tolarian Academy. So now they're dead to a Lightning Strike. But the Lightning Strike's in our graveyard. It's no longer an out. Imagine if we had something that wasn't a Skull Clamp to get with this Stoneforge Mystic. Imagine if, like, any other equipment at all would have gotten way less blown out. Also, I could have put the clamp on the Stoneforge Mystic itself. It would have gone a little bit better. Would have had multiple threats that can clear the Hull Breacher. Do they go to 1? Looks like it. They're going to 1. I wonder why the Hull Breacher isn't serving, and I guess it's because they're trying to play around haste threats, hasty creatures. So in our second main phase here, what we really want out of our deck is a burn spell. So I think it makes sense to like clamp the Falcon. No, I'm not going to do that. Now, this game is so close, like right on the edge, right? With them at 1 life. Right on the edge. Just hoping they don't draw out of this. Snapcaster for either Time Walk or Recall. Either one is brutal. Either one's really good. They're going for Recall. Yeah, Time Walk only gives them 1 extra card. Recall gives them 3. They feel they need the cards. This fucking game. That was when I really wished that I had Banefire in my deck. Yeah, I mean, PNK could give me some reach. Sulfuric Vortex would obviously close things out. Chandra could do it. We do have some reach left in the deck. Eidolon might be a nightmare for the opponent to deal with. The issue is we need to draw those cards, right? We need to draw not lands. We need to draw not mana for a tick here, just for a second. Great. Experiment, yeah, Experiment would be dope. Experiment wouldn't care about the Hull Breacher very much. That's a nice thing about that card. And again, we only have 10 lands in the deck. I'm gonna kill the Hull Breacher here. I'm gonna hold on to the Scalding Tarn. We do have Faithless Looting. If we played P&K, we would have to resolve it, and then we would have to have the mana. If we draw on P&K for the China, we would have just been able to play it. We would have been able to sack something immediately. I'm worried about the opponent running away with the game with all of their gobs of mana, and now that they've drawn some cards. Worried about them locking this one up. Karn, sure. What do you do? What do you do with Karn in this spot? I think upticking makes a ton of sense. I held on to this card for a reason. It also gets the Karn closer to an ultimate. The other thing I could have seen was downticking on Clamp. If you're in a downtick on something, that's what you hit, right? Or just regrowth. They just regrowth Time Walk. Yeah, that looks like that's what it was. So they're just getting close to a Karn ultimate really, really quickly. Man, such a close game. Getting them down to 1 life. One more fetch, huh? Karn decides to downtick. Interesting. I thought when Karn upticked, I thought they would be upticking again this turn to set up a restart. Restart the game, lets them get back up to 20. Unfortunately, we have to play this because the card is just going to uptick if I keep the card in my hand. Another game. This is game 3, right? Or am I wrong? Am I super wrong? Restarting the game puts someone in a bad clock situation. Oh, I could see that. I could see that potentially. But they have counters. Yeah, it would make sense. They've drawn a lot of cards. They don't have very many cards left in their deck. How's the stream been? I've had fun. No CL. I've had a good time tonight. Oh yeah, Fractal. We didn't have a mountain on turn 2, but we cracked Black Lotus for Thundermaw. We could have just, like, thrown a lightning strike at their face. It wouldn't have been correct, but it was, like, technically a play that I could have done. People like to, like, reverse engineer scenarios where turn 1, like, bolting your opponent is correct or whatever. The vast majority of the games that you play, it's not. So even though it might have won this game, that doesn't mean that it was something that I should be forlorn about or whatever. It's kind of whatever. Needed this card much earlier, right? This looks like Mana League. Miscalc, sure. Very similar. This is why you play 2-7 off? Yeah, apparently. Oh, but it could happen! Is this a step? This is not a step. We are playing game 3 here, and we are up around, but no, this is not a step. The step was open 3 Black Lotuses and a Soul Ring. Oh my god, please resolve. Please. Please! Ah! This pause is killing me. Don't do it, Mr. Pouch 2. No, they tapped. Cryptic Command, Bouncing Snapcaster. Well, that's quite strong, isn't it? Isn't it? Well, isn't that just the bee's knees? That doesn't have walk, right? Oh, it does have walk. Yeah, that locks it up for him. They attack for 2, go down to 3. GG. GG WP. And they get the match. Dang. So close, huh? Getting them down to 1. Extremely close game there. If we draw slightly better, if they draw slightly worse, then maybe we get there. Still have yet to land this Experimental Frenzy. I think the Frenzy is going to be nuts. We only have 10 lands. It's so hard for us to get land blocked. And we have triple Black Lotus. I think that's the dream. Well, GG's, Nightsar. GG's indeed. It was a nice little match there. Do you agree? Do you agree that it was kind of close? If only I could have cast the Angel Land. Yeah, if only. I think we drew it like a turn or two after we could have played it. Would have just gotten drained, of course, but... Had it the whole time. How dare you? How dare you? Come into my chat? Well, anytime you draft non-blue, and you might get your entry fee back, you're pretty happy with it. Kind of a waste of triple Black Lotus, but you know, man, that game was close. Close match. Locating opponent. You were close to conceding? What? Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. You're gonna get me to start like typing into chat like you should concede, you have no outs. Just like random opponent, anytime it looks like I'm winning. No, I wouldn't do that. That'd be BM. Yeah, right, Dark Scythe? Yeah. No, you're right. On board it looked like you clamped the dino. But clamping the Stoneforge Mystic certainly would have played around Hull Breach better. There's no getting around that. Oh, you drew the Hull Breacher that turn? That's alright, you're allowed to draw well. I wonder if I'm just supposed to attack with Thalia. That seems like too conservative to only attack with Thalia. Kinda looks like we're gonna bolt ourselves for this P and K. Or maybe we just replay Splicer. I guess we can't P&K. So whacking the double red. I just noticed the opponent's name, that's amazing. Flibberty a Gibberty. I'm on board, I'm into that. Whatever that means, I'm into it. It means you flib when you should have flopped. That's what that means. Does that make sense to you? If it makes sense to you, please let me know what it means. I have no fucking idea. A flibberty, a gibberty. Probe, not very good with the spirit in play. Not very good with that one. We could shock ourselves, make a 1-1 with the Young Pyromancer. That is a line. I don't think you do that though. I think you hold it. I think you hold the probe. I'm gonna fetch. They're either gonna make a shark here or, oh, well, 5 mana. They're not playing Hull Breacher with 5 mana. Kinda looks like they're gonna make a 3/3 shark. Explosion for 1. Interesting. Not what I expected. Alright, take 4. Unfortunately, Spirit of the Labyrinth, not a legend. We can't save it with Caracas. The good news is we do get to draw off this probe now. It's a lot better. We'll get some nice information, as well as a 1/1. Spell Pierce, Sneak Attack, Mana Train, Jace. That hand doesn't do anything. Yeah, it just actually does nothing, right? We're holding up Karakas here, rather than equipping something to the Clamp. We're holding up Karakas, because if they go Sneak Attack, Red Activation, and put some awesome card in play, then we'd be able to let Karakas it back to their hand, because they only have the 1 red source. If your opponent has gobs of red mana, then Karakas doesn't stop Sneak Attack, because they just activate Sneak Attack again. But if they have exactly 2 red mana, Karakas can be okay against them. Yeah, they look pretty dead, hum. Put the Clamp on the Golem. Get that 8 damage. We know their hand is Mana Drain, Sneak Attack. GG! Well, if you sneak in Jace, you're getting more than the loot. It does flip. Give them the clamps. The clamps! We didn't see Show and Tell, Colfax. I'm not gonna board an enemy just in case. No, if this hand had a Black Lotus, we'd probably keep it. Cloth has looked abysmal in our deck. We have like 4 mountains in here, right? No, we've got like 7. It's still a low count. It's still a low mountain count, but... Come on, Black Lotus off the top. Even just a red source. Definitely slamming Frenzy. I've been so excited about this card. Oh, that's lame. I think I'm just supposed to play Thalia. The other line is to Stoneforge Mystic for Clamp and run out Clamp. Force a Will. Alright, deal. You did good, Thalia. You did good. Get that Force out of their grip. Now we draw a red source, and the Frenzy resolves, see? That's what the Thalia did for us. Chrome Mox, okay. Are they gonna Show and Tell? I'm gonna hover a Frenzy. Oh, they didn't Show and Tell. I played a Dak Faden. Well, that seems quite good. And we're losing flips over here. We're losing... Man, we drew the red source, too. We even drew the red source for the Frenzy. Ooh, Dak. Ooh, Dak. Yeah, I know I'll lose the mana. I need to remove that thing. Well, our red count is higher than 7. We have 7 mountains for Koth. But there's a Scalding Tarn, we can kind of count towards that, and then triple Black Lotus. So overall, we should be fine. Oh my god. Losing flips like nobody's business here. Just losing all the flips in the world. Urza bricking my Peasy. This is a rough way to go. Rough way to go. People say that all the time. Is there a good way to go, though? Do people ever hear about a death and they're like, yeah, good way to go? Is that ever a reaction ever? I kind of feel like it's not. I kind of feel like there's only rough ways to go. And nobody wants, like, any particular method of death. Die a hero? Fuck that. What if dying a hero is the most painful way to die? You don't know. I mean, it's terrible. Can I live a hero? That seems better. Death of old age? Maybe. Oh, that's true. That's true. The meaning of life, someone gets to choose their manner of execution, and they choose to be chased off a cliff by a horde of bare-topped, rollerblading women. Oddly enough, I think that's so. Like, people quote the Holy Grail a lot. People quote the Holy Grail all the fucking time. It's probably the most quotable Python movie. But I think The Meaning of Life is my favorite of all of those, because I think it matches their comedy the best. Because the way that it's set up, it's kind of like just like a series of sketches. And the narrative is, there's almost like not a narrative, you know, it's all over the place. Things are very loosely tied into one another. So I think we go turn 1 Vortex, plus Courier here. Meaning of Life's like an episode. It's a lot like an episode, exactly. That's a good way to put what I was saying. Oh yes, I guess you said it better. Watching those movies with Alyssa was a trip, because they'd never seen them, and just watching them like crack up at the coconut scene and stuff. It's pretty gas. We don't attack with the spirit, right? They can trade with Hull Breacher. I think we'd rather keep our stuff. And Bowman Courier is not drawing cards. Bowman Courier works with Spirit of Labyrinth. It's pretty real. Yeah, Life of Brian's good. Certainly like that movie. So what if we chuck Bowman Courier and Hellbreacher, Crockett's Bounce Urza, and just serve with the squad? What does their construct do? What do they block? I think throwing the Mana Crypt might be better. Was my wife non-binary? My spouse is non-binary. Which is included in trans. Well, that's the worst news. I think we still win, but this is much worse, huh? Oh, Spirit of the Labyrinth stops the draw, and Caracas just bounces it. Kozilek's actually not a hit. That's... I was thinking like, oh man, how do we beat this Kozilek? Oh, maybe the onboard shit you've got, Caleb. Dead? Yeah, it's almost just dead. That's so wild. You can randomly spin Urza back against the wall, hit an Eldrazi, and just have it not matter. Just be like, yeah, okay. Uh-oh. I think I Caracas bounce Urza here. I think if they have to replay the Urza, they've kind of already lost. Hey, yeah, they're just packing in. Nice. Nice.